This morning, we continue our coverage of the Republican presidential debate. We'll hear from all sorts of people who came to Milwaukee to be part of the political spectacle.
And we're watching Fulton County, Georgia this morning, where former President Donald Trump should surrender today in the election interference case. Here's a live look what you can expect straight ahead.
And we continue with the high heat. Therefore, we do have a first warn alert day. Heat index up till 105 this afternoon, but this is the last. We do have some cooler weather on the way.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Linshine.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka. Yeah, he's going to talk about the heat today. I'm more interested in the cool down.
Oh.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well,
agreed.
Hang on. But first of all, we got to talk about the heat because it's going to be one of those days, again, just like yesterday. You can just feel that moisture out there. When you step out the door, it's almost like you're stepping into a sauna. You're going to see that again this morning because that humidity is really high, and that's going to create some of those dangerous heat indices. Could be up near 105, maybe 110 for some locations, especially south of Madison. This will continue right through the afternoon, but there is some relief on the way coming in later today. 82, we have not been below 80. So we're likely to be breaking a record warm low this morning. 82 degrees here. There is some relief up to the north. There's actually a front kind of draped right along I-94 here. North of that, it is quite a bit cooler. That's not going to get here until we get toward the late afternoon and evening. So dew point temperature 77 in Madison, feeling like a steam bath. But as you get into parts of Dodge County, north of the Dells, the dew points do drop off into the 60s. Excessive heat warnings across all of southern Wisconsin in effect until 7 o'clock due to that dangerous heat and humidity. Temperatures climbing through the 90s here at the noon hour already, headed into the upper 90s. There's a little bit of relief coming in behind that front, though, coming in later on this evening. So if you have any outdoor activities this evening, I think you'll notice a drop in humidity. It won't be as excessive as what we're expecting. But this afternoon, no deal there. We are looking at 97 today with that heat index 105 to 110. More on that heat relief coming our way later tonight, coming up.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. Well, the first presidential debate of the season for the Republicans is in the books.
Candidates heading home from Milwaukee after a night of barbs aimed at each other and the absent frontrunner, Donald Trump. If you missed it, here are some of the most notable moments. 38-year-old businessman Vivek Ramaswamy coming out swinging. He was at the center of several exchanges during the night, including this one with former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Take a listen.
Hold on. I've had enough. I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT.
I think unquestionably I am the best prepared, the most tested.
So Ramaswamy and former VP Mike Pence, some of the loudest voices we heard last night. Notably quieter, certainly not at the center of the conversation, was distant number 2 in the polls, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. It also took all candidates more than an hour to address the elephant in the room, frontrunner Donald Trump. Everyone but Chris Christie pledged to support him, though, if he wins the nomination.
Meanwhile, former President Trump and frontrunner countering the debate with his own programming. An interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Trump's campaign released a statement saying that he was the winner of the debate last night, despite his absence. The pre-taped interview was available to watch on X, formerly known as Twitter. During that interview, Mr. Trump criticized his challengers, and when Carlson asked why Mr. Trump wasn't in Milwaukee for the debate, here's what he had to say.
You see the polls have come out, and I'm leading by 50 and 60 points. And, you know, some of them are at 1 and 0 and 2. And I'm saying, do I sit there for an hour or 2 hours, whatever it's going to be, and get harassed by people that shouldn't even be running for president?
The most recent CBS News poll shows Trump leading by 46 points over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
We're also hearing from voters in Milwaukee and why they were drawn to the debate. Our Catherine Merck has their impressions from the night.
On Wednesday, the entire country had its eye on Wisconsin for the first presidential debate. Each person that I spoke to had their own motive for coming to Milwaukee. Both near
Sauk Prairie
and far,
Palm Beach, Florida.
people from all over the country made the trip to our state to kick off the presidential election cycle.
It's such a good swing state that you can really get voices heard a lot more.
Voters came out for all sorts of reasons, many showing support for their favorite candidates.
I came just because of Ron DeSantis. I think he would be the most extraordinary president.
Some had their personal reasons for showing up.
I'm majoring in political science, and like my dream job would be like a senator like Ron Johnson, stuff like that. And this just seems super cool that it's like
like close to home.
Not all of those reasons were necessarily political.
As for the facility inside, I heard it's new, I heard it's nice, so kind of anxious to see that as well.
I'm not going to debate, I'm here to hang out with people.
Other voters made their voices heard for the names not here.
Well, we got to show Milwaukee, we got to show Wisconsin, we got to show the Republican Party that we love Donald Trump, especially the youth.
As the focus now shifts to the other parts of the country in the upcoming election year, it won't be long until this same crowd makes the trip to Milwaukee once again.
The national convention is happening here next summer, right?
I'm just here for the ride.
The convention that those voters were referencing will happen July 15th through 18th next year. Reporting from Milwaukee, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 This Morning.
Catherine, thank you. You can find full coverage of the debate, including interviews with the candidates after their performance and an expert panel analysis of the biggest moments. It's all up on channel3000.com. Well, back to another headline involving that GOP frontrunner this morning happening today. Donald Trump expected to surrender to authorities in Georgia.
This comes after the indictment on allegations that he tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Shane Hogan is here with what we can expect today. This is a huge moment for America when he turns himself in today. There, Shane.
Yeah, all eyes will be in Georgia, moving from the debate now back to this indictment. And Trump, again, one of the 19 people indicted on these charges. And today, the former president will be in Atlanta to turn himself in. Security there already on high alert for Trump's appearance later today. And nearly half of the 19 people facing these charges in the investigation have already turned themselves in, including Trump lawyer Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani. In his interview with Tucker Carlson last night, Trump criticized the indictment.
I got indicted 4 times. All trivia, nonsense. They're saying you don't have any right to challenge it. If you challenge an election, we're going to indict you and put you in jail.
Today, the former president is expected to get his own mugshot. After he's booked, he will be released on a $200,000 bond. Now, tomorrow is the deadline for the remaining indicted individuals in this investigation to turn themselves in, so more eyes will go to Georgia for that. But again, today, a former president getting a mugshot in a criminal investigation.
Okay, we'll be watching it closely. Shane Hogan, thanks a lot.
To local politics now. Today, Wisconsin's Ada Deer will be laid to rest in Madison.
The service will take place at Grace Episcopal Church downtown. Deer was the first member of the Menominee tribe in Kashina to graduate from UW-Madison. She studied social work and also helped establish the school's American Indian and Indigenous Studies program. Deer entered politics in the 90s, running for Congress and joining Bill Clinton's administration as an Assistant Secretary of the Interior. Deer died earlier this month at the age of 88. A live look now at the state capitol, where a new executive order from Governor Evers is making Wisconsin the latest state to launch a task force studying the effects of artificial intelligence. Evers' order will create a study group under the State Department of Workforce Development. Evers said the group will create an action plan to identify the current state of AI on Wisconsin's labor market. Other states have created similar study groups, including Texas, North Dakota, and West Virginia.
Republicans in Wisconsin's legislature are asking Justice Janet Protasewicz to recuse herself from lawsuits seeking to overturn GOP-drawn electoral maps. Republicans argue the newly elected liberal justice can't fairly hear the cases because during her campaign she called them unfair. Protasewicz never said how she would rule on a redistricting suit, and she never committed herself to recusing from the case either.
Ahead of the school year, state health officials are giving an update on RSV and COVID. The chief medical officer for the department's Bureau of Communicable Diseases says there isn't any evidence that the new subvariants of Omicron are worse than ones we've already seen. COVID hospitalizations are seeing a slight uptick in southern Wisconsin, but nowhere near pandemic levels. As for RSV, DHS officials say you can expect to see more educational opportunities at the community level.
And happening this weekend, your kids have a chance to get a free back-to-school haircut. It's the 15th annual back-to-school free haircuts event. It's hosted by JP Hair Design. It's going to take place at the Alliant Energy Center from 10 until 5 on Sunday. Kids in grades K through 12 are welcome to attend. An appointment ticket is needed. You can call the number on your screen to set up an appointment. That's 608-829-1143. Back-to-school vaccines will also be available at that event.
6:09 here on your Thursday. Hey, the Brewers are on a run. Coming up in sports, we'll show you how an extra inning showdown with the Twins was decided.
And we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. I'm Josh Barter with what's happening around town. Next.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Colorado peaches, just $1.68 a pound. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve bacon wrapped sirloins, just $2.99. And buy two, get one free on select Coke products. All week long at Hy-Vee.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains. Designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are just bare chicken breasts, just $3.98. Sara Lee honey wheat or butter bread, just $1.99. And Oscar Mayer deli meat, just $3.97. All week long at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. As we head into our third alert day this week, you might be wondering how lifeguards are faring. Yesterday broke multiple records for heat and sent many families to the pool. As lifeguards watch out for Madison swimmers, Goodman Pool Management watching out for them. The City of Madison Aquatic and Parks Program Coordinator says the pool's been keeping lifeguards safe in a couple of different ways here. They keep them hydrated, they take over so they can take a dip in the pool every once in a while, and they provide cold treats during their breaks, well deserved.
We were at Goodman on Sunday, and the lifeguards were all taking turns on the diving board.
Very smart.
To stay cool. That was pretty cool to see. If you're looking to head to the pool today, you have a few options. Goodman Pool in Madison, that's open from 1 to 5:45 today. In Middleton, the Bauman Aquatic Center operates from 1 to 6, and if you're in Sun Prairie, the Family Aquatic Center there is open from 12:30 to 5:30.
And as we head into that third alert day, kids will be wanting to spend time outside before they're stuck in a classroom all day.
Us will stay outside and do yard work until we're exhausted, but we make sure she gets inside and gets some rest.
The DHS says young children and infants are more susceptible to heat than adults. Here's some advice for everybody. They recommend both kids and adults dress in light-colored clothing. And this might sound obvious, but stay hydrated and eat enough. That can help you stay safe. If the kids are really dragging you outside today, maybe try and find some activities in the shade.
Boy, yeah, a rough day if you were heading to the playground or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Be safe, folks. We care about you. So we're working for the weekend in the 608 today.
And the good news is the weather's going to be a tad cooler. Josh Breiter's here with a rundown on some of what's happening across southern Wisconsin. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we'll be able to finally get back outside and enjoy the final days of summer. And we've got a pretty unique event to kick things off in the weekend in the 608 this morning, and a first for the capital city. We're talking about the Madison Film Festival happening this weekend. This is the first time this is going to take place at the Bartell Theater on Saturday. It was founded by Jared Rosenthal and Grace Smoley, filmmakers and rising seniors at UW-Madison and the NYU Tisch School of the Arts. The festival has a range of categories, including Best Narrative Short, Best Screenplay, and Best Visual Effects. They are drawing from over 500 submissions from more than 50 countries. This festival is open to the public, and tickets are available for purchase this morning. Southern Wisconsinites are invited to meet members of the USS Beloit crew this weekend. They're visiting Beloit over the next week or so. They're also going to have shaved ice, yard games, and other sports happening at Telfer Park from 3 to 5 Sunday afternoon. The City of Beloit and the Greater Beloit Economic Development Corporation are proud to jointly host this community event. The Wisconsin Pottery Association Art Pottery Show is happening at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. This is their 27th annual show featuring 50 Midwest dealers selling vintage and contemporary art pottery such as rockwood, roseville, and door pottery. Also for sale are other antiques and decorative items such as dinnerware, stoneware, figurines, glass art, and books. You're also encouraged to bring in a piece or two of your own art pottery for free identification. Admission is $5 and parking is free at Alliant. Remember, you can always go to channel3000.com/in-the608 to see our futures. There's also the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. Chris and Lee, I would imagine after this week, people are going to be itching to get back outside, and with 70s in the forecast, you really could not ask for any better for Mother Nature.
Everything going on outside this weekend is going to be perfect. What an awesome way to really bookend our summer.
Yeah,
finally, the last few days of summer here, guys.
All right.
Can't believe it.
Josh Breiter giving us a couple options. We appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.
Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. He's always looking for story ideas, and many of his ideas end up on the air. Just reach out on social media or email him for a chance.
You can thank Kelly for that beautiful weather this weekend. Just don't blame him for today's alert day.
Yeah, I love today. I mean, I like the heat and humidity, but, you know, if you have to work outside, I understand it's going to be one of those days, kind of like yesterday. You're going to walk out the door this morning, and it's going to hit you like a wall. Very humid out here, so it might be best advised to maybe head to some water, maybe the lake or the pool. If you're going to be headed to the pool, make sure you have that sunscreen on, because it's going to be a very hot afternoon as we climb in the mid to upper 90s. The humidity going to make it feel like 105 to maybe as high as 110. Yesterday, we only got up to 96 here in Madison. For some reason, our airport thermometer is cooler than the surrounding areas because it was sweltering elsewhere. 104 was a record high in La Crosse. Milwaukee got up to 101, Minneapolis 98, Chicago 98. So you can see most locations got up close to 100 yesterday. Now we do have the humidity that's going to make it feel like 105 to 110. So that puts it in the heat exhaustion category. So definitely limit your time if you're going to do any strenuous activity. Obviously, you're going to want to be drinking plenty of fluids. Stay in the shade and try to stay cool as much as you can. Try to get into some AC, some cooler conditions later today, because we got some dangerous heat. The first warn alert day. Temperatures 95 to 100. Heat index 105, maybe up to a 110 this afternoon. We should see some relief coming our way this evening, but in the meantime, we do have the excessive heat warning up until 7 o'clock. You will start to notice the dew points drop a little bit, and actually they are dropping in Dodge County. You go to Watertown, the dew point's at 75, very sultry. It's still humid in Juneau, but nothing like these 70s and even 80s that we're seeing down in Janesville. 81, that's very unusual, even in most of the United States, to see dew points above 80 degrees, and that's making it feel miserable, and that's what we can expect most of this afternoon. That heat index climbing into the 105 to 110 range generally this afternoon. It should back off, though. If you have any evening plans, you'll notice a drop in humidity as the evening wears on. That's behind a front that's going to be moving on in. But right now, we've got that heat dome overhead. It's going to get suppressed as we go through tomorrow and the upcoming weekend. We'll get under a northwesterly flow that will bring us some relief from the heat. But right now, we're just south of that front. It's just to the north, once again, in Dodge County, then areas along I-94, seeing cooler conditions to the north while we're firmly entrenched in that heat. Temperatures right now in the low 80s. already getting off to a humid start with temperatures climbing in the upper 90s later today. Looks like tomorrow we may see a shower or thunderstorm roll through. It doesn't look like it'll amount to too much, but we are expecting some cooler weather moving on in. 85 tomorrow, 76 for both Saturday and Sunday, so a very nice weekend. Another chance for some showers and storms early next week.
Right now, the Brewers are about as hot as the temperature outside. The Crew is currently on a 4-game win streak, and it's not like the wins are against the A's and the Rockies. They swept the AL leading Rangers and are looking for another sweep over the AL Central leading Twins. Tied at 7 in the bottom of the 10th, Bryce Terang chops one to third, and he beats the throw to first. That scores Willy Adames, and they walk it off. And on a day like today, well, you welcome the ice bath. Brewers win 8-7. New coach, new era. That's how Jace Rindle opened up Whitewater football's media day. But the first-year head coach made it clear the tradition isn't going anywhere. They're still pounding the rock. And in like years past, that winning tradition has a gauntlet of a schedule. Whitewater's first 6 games are all against teams ranked in the top 25. The first-year head coach isn't too worried about the number before his opponent's name.
No fan or critic could put a higher expectation on Jace Rindle than me. So to shy away or think that because a team's got a record or a ranking, I don't even know what the rankings are. I don't even know what we're ranked, and that's just how I think about things. But let's go.
Doesn't matter who you put in front of us, we'll take them down. So it doesn't matter who we're playing. Each week, each game is just as important as the others.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Still ahead, a beloved TV show is about to make a comeback. We'll let you know which one. It's getting a reboot.
And as we had to break a look at gas prices this morning here in Dane County and across Wisconsin. News 3 Now This Morning is back after this.
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Don't miss this mattress deal, Wisconsin. Right now at Ashley, save up to $900 on Beauty Rest Black and receive your choice of Apple AirPod Pros or Apple Watch, plus $300 in free furniture. You're not going to find this deal anywhere else. Only at Ashley.
Get 11% off all things outdoors at Menards. From backyard get-togethers to outdoor storage, Shelter Logic has you covered. This fully enclosed carport shelter protects your outdoor toys and equipment from the rain, hail, and harmful UV rays. It's $399.98 after rebate. Upgrade your outdoor living space with concrete landscape blocks from Menards. Crestone retaining wall blocks are perfect for fire pits, planters, or to hold back soil. Now only $133 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
Introducing Ned's Plaque Psoriasis.
Ned, what are you wearing?
He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Ned?
It can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing it for nearly a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla had depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night.
Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otesla.
Get the absolute lowest prices now during Furniture and Appliance Mart's Labor Day event. Save $1,600 instantly on this 4-piece Whirlpool kitchen package. Or get a washer and dryer pair for $18 a month. All with 72-month special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashland.
Welcome back. Let's take a peek at Kevin Charles Grunberg's morning. It is always stunning. Our dear friend Shane picked this out because he thought it screamed hot.
Yeah, and it's appropriate because it's screaming hot outside.
Was this yesterday? Do we know?
Oh, no, this has been in our...
Might as well.
No, Kevin sends pictures, you know, for months and months. He has beautiful, beautiful photography skills.
Gosh, seriously, that is a great picture.
Thanks, Kevin. Great shot. Okay, Shane's here with the trending story of the day. Hey, Shane.
Hey, guys. A beloved character and TV show are returning to your TV because Frasier is coming back.
The Frasier.
The hit sitcom is coming back more than 30 years since the original show debuted. Kelsey Grammer, of course, is returning to reprise his role with a new supporting cast and in a new location. This is the little teaser that Paramount Plus put out. The reboot is coming in October.
Yeah.
You guys gonna watch this?
I might check it out. That was a good show back in the day. You know, I'm not a particular fan of reboots because they can kind of taint the original.
Yeah, I
right?
know. I mean,
because it's your hopes are like they couldn't reboot Seinfeld right now. Like that just wouldn't.
Oh, but imagine if they tried.
People have talked about The Office and like there's certain things
you can't touch.
Well, that and it's like cannot say any nowadays.
That's true. They didn't necessarily age well.
Yeah, I mean some better than others. So. Some reboots have landed, some haven't. We'll see if the Frasier, what they got.
All right. Thanks, Shane, with what's trending. We're going to be back letting you know when is it going to cool down. That's what I want to know.
Hopefully soon.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Send them back to school looking and seeing their best. Get premium eyewear and A+ patient care from the experienced team at Shopko Optical. Cross off eye exams on your back-to-school checklist. Schedule their comprehensive exam today.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
With Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk, you'll want to savor every moment. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and of course, it's delicious. Fairlife.
Hey, it's me, your skin. Some cleansers get us clean, but take my moisture. CeraVe cleansers help me maintain my moisture balance with hyaluronic acid plus 3 essential ceramides to help restore my natural barrier. So we're CeraVe clean.
CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser.
Can a cream really reduce wrinkles? More than 100 women tried L'Oreal Triple Power.
The wrinkles look so much softer now.
Triple Power visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens.
I'm amazed.
I saw results in 1 week. Revitalift Triple Power from L'Oreal Paris.
It does what it says.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun. Now get a Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Lightning with 3.9% APR financing for 60 months plus 1,000 retail trade assist cash and 500 low APR cash.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here, Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Right now, the final alert day for heat in store for us today. How people across our area are coping with those scorching temperatures.
Plus, we take an in-depth look at the Republican presidential debate, who shined on stage, and what the candidates have to say after the fact.
Hey, and here's your first look outside this morning. Some clouds over Madison. Temperatures barely dropping overnight as we ramp back up today, Kelly.
Yeah, look at that humidity out there this morning. That's leading to some unseasonably warm temperatures this morning. We have not been below 80 yet in Madison. We are likely to break a record warm low. We'll talk more about the heat coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us on
and
this
waking
hot
us up
Thursday.
too, sure.
And waking us up. We appreciate it. We're waking you up.
I wouldn't be awake if I wasn't forced to be here.
Paid.
But that is, yeah. So thank you for waking me up too this morning.
Hey, we got a lot going on today. We have debate coverage. We are talking about what happened if you went to bed early last night, but we also have an alert day in store.
Yeah, when you walk out the door, that will wake you up this morning. That is for sure. That humidity is just really thick again this morning. Very similar to what we had yesterday morning at this time. So it did not allow our temperatures to drop much. We're at 82. This will likely break a record warm low. The previous record is 77. I don't think we're going to get there. 81 in Janesville as well. And humidity is very high with the dew point temperatures in the 70s. Even 81 in Janesville. You notice that temperature was 81. The dew point's at 81. 100% humidity right now. Now, a little bit of a break as you get north of Watertown up through Wautoma. You notice the dew point temperatures are in the 60s. There's a front that's stalled right along I-94. It's going to remain there today. So we are under that heat dome. So we do have the first warn alert day. High temperatures 95 to 100. Heat index 105, maybe as high as 110 through the afternoon with the excessive heat warnings across southern Wisconsin until 7 o'clock. Hazy sunshine today, low 90s already at the noon hour. Should be topping out in the mid to upper 90s again today, and that will put that heat index up close to 105 to 110 today. There will be a little bit of a breeze coming in out of the west and southwest as we go through the afternoon. We'll talk more about that relief we expected later today through tomorrow, coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you. He's talking about heat indices of 110, 115. Take a look at this picture. A resident from the south side of Janesville sent this to us. It's kind of hard to read, so we made this red box around the heat index from yesterday. For this viewer, it reads 121 degrees. You can see here on their thermometer, the humidity is 64%. They reached an air degree temperature of 96 degrees. Just brutal yesterday.
In the Midwest, we're no strangers to extreme temps, from tens of degrees to below zero to close near 100 degrees. We see it all, right? But a climatologist says if you can stand the heat but not the humidity, there's some bad news ahead.
The warming of the globe that's been, we've been measuring it for decades now, has put more water from the oceans into the air. So when we have high temperatures and high humidity, there's a lot of heat, and that applies stress to not just people, but other living things.
According to climate scientists, there's only one other region in the world with a temperature swing like we see here in the Midwest, and that's northern China.
That's really interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Didn't know that this morning.
Hey, a few hours north in Marshfield, the Central Wisconsin State Fair is underway with restrictions to keep everybody safe. Fair operators are postponing rides until about 6 p.m. when things finally start to cool off tonight. Still, triple-digit temperatures saw some die-hard fairgoers. Surprisingly, lemonade and soda vendors saw a decline in sales. That's because it was senior day. Vendors think that's why they saw a decline in sales. Seniors are advised to stay home, of course, on days like these.
One more alert day to go, folks. You can stay ahead of the heat, though. Those possible storms, too, tomorrow. And when this cool down is going to finally happen, just follow along on the First Warn Weather app. Download it wherever you get your apps.
Now to some breaking news overnight. You might have noticed a big police presence along the Beltline near the Fish Hatchery Road exit. Officers are investigating after a car ended up in a ditch there.
Shane Hogan's here with what we know so far this morning. What are we finding out, Shane?
Yeah, Chris, officers from the Madison and Monona police departments responded to a car in the ditch there around midnight. Our News 3 Now crew saw a silver SUV with its airbags deployed in a ditch off the side of Fish Hatchery and Damon Road. It's near that Perkins that's right there. That's on the south side of the city. The Beltline frontage road was closed there for a moment while police were on scene. The Dane County Sheriff's Office also on scene. Officers appeared to be searching the area on the ground and in the air with a drone. Right now, though, details are limited, so we are unsure of any injuries at this time. We've been talking to the law enforcement that responded and have not been able to get more details this morning. This is a developing situation, so we will continue to provide updates on air and online at channel3000.com.
Thanks for the new information, Shane. 8 presidential candidates waking up after a night of fireworks on stage for the first GOP presidential debate of the season. News 3 Now was in Milwaukee to watch the whole thing. Of course, frontrunner Donald Trump skipping the debate, instead doing an interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson on social media. Every candidate on stage did pledge to support Trump if he won the nomination, except for former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Listen to this.
Conduct is beneath the office of President of the United States.
I'm saying, do I sit there for an hour or 2 hours, whatever it's going to be, and get harassed by people that shouldn't even be running for president?
The truth is that Biden didn't do this to us. Our Republicans did this to us, too.
Notably not as talkative as some of the candidates, Ron DeSantis, Florida governor. He's polling a distant second in the GOP race from the former president. Meanwhile, searches for businessman Vivek Ramaswamy spiked during and after the debate.
Our News 3 Now talking to some of the candidates after the debate, including Ramaswamy.
Our Will Keneally has their reaction to how the night went from Pfizer Forum.
Throughout the debate tonight, we saw some of the top candidates trade barbs on stage, and that spilled over to the spin room here.
I got to do so. I'll be back.
As the 8 Republican candidates made their way through the spin room here at the Pfizer Forum, it was businessman Vivek Ramaswamy continuing some of the barbs traded during the debate, including with former Vice President Mike Pence.
And I think Mike Pence kept coming at me with the experience differential. I think that's a great thing, because I don't think the people in this country are interested in going back to people who recite slogans they memorized in 1980.
Both candidates took shots at each other after the debate, fielding questions from reporters.
I was just standing up for the conservative agenda that I've always stood for throughout my life. And where I saw people on the stage that are just wrong about American leadership in the world or wrong about policy here at home.
For Pence, a centerpiece of his debate performance was talking up his record as Indiana's governor and as Donald Trump's vice president.
I think I'm the most qualified, the most proven and tested conservative in this race today.
But Ramaswamy argued here in Milwaukee it was time for someone new.
If you want somebody experienced who has actually been part of the system that's given us all of the problems that we're suffering today, go with the guy who crashed your car 20 times. Turn over the keys to him again.
Even though we saw the candidates meet in Wisconsin tonight, their focus will now shift to the early states like Iowa and New Hampshire. But Wisconsin will become relevant again in the general election as one of the key swing states deciding the presidency. Reporting from Milwaukee, Will Keneally, News 3 This Morning.
Thank you, Will. The next Republican debate is scheduled for September 27th in California. And on Trump Watch this morning, we have news from his son, Donald Trump Jr. He tells reporters his father will most likely skip that debate as well. Democrats
in Milwaukee yesterday as well, including Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway. She was outside of the debate last night. She's, of course, on President Joe Biden's re-election advisory board.
This group supports ending Social Security and Medicare as we know it, cutting taxes for their rich friends, undermining our election, something that we know a little bit about in Wisconsin, and taking our freedoms.
In a news conference ahead of the debate, Biden supporters repeatedly brought up anti-abortion rights stances of each GOP candidate. The issue remains a fairly controversial one among voters, especially women.
New information now. A $300,000 cash bond is in place for a man charged in a shooting near Fitchburg. 35-year-old Samuel Bonanno is facing 1 felony count of attempted intentional homicide. The shooting happened Monday on Greenway Cross, just about 2 blocks from Aldo Leopold Park. First responders took a 33-year-old woman to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. Police say she is in stable condition this morning. Bonanno was arrested several blocks away. His first hearing is scheduled for Tuesday.
Police need your help identifying a suspect vehicle connected to a Dane County gas station burglary. Take a look here if you're not paying attention, folks. This is the vehicle they're looking for. An employee went to work yesterday morning at the Quick Mart in the village of Dane to open up. They reported 2 people broke in and stole bottles of liquor, lottery tickets, and vaping supplies. Police say the break-in happened around 4:30 in the morning, and they've confirmed one person driving a car matching this description has been taken into custody. If you recognize the vehicle or you have any information about the burglars, please contact the Dane County tip line. Here's a story with a happy ending. Mike and Tracy Koenig have a home on the Turtle Flambeau flowage. In 2009, while swimming near the home, Mike's wedding ring came off. They searched for hours, but with no luck. But now, thanks to a Facebook post and some good neighbors, they found it nearly 14 years later. They say it was like finding a needle in a haystack or winning the lottery.
This is a crazy story. Something similar happening to you. Your wife lost her ring in Lake Mendota and found it a year later?
Yeah, I love telling this story just because it's so wild, because we thought it was lost forever. She was throwing the football around at 3-Foot Bay in Lake Mendota.
Came right
and
off.
It just, whoop, the thing flew right off. And we were living out of state at the time. We were up here visiting family. And we found a ring hunter, someone who does this, who's quite good at it. His name escapes me. I'd love to mention him. He did such a good job. Him and his son found it, trudging through the muck, and they scooped it out and found it more than a year later. It's perfectly fine, and now we take a pretty good care of that ring.
Be right back. I'm going to cement mine on my finger. Good story, though.
I love telling that one.
All right, 6:40. Let's check in Kelly on today's alert day. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, feeling like a sauna this morning. Temperatures have not been below 80 yet in Madison. We do have a first warn alert day. Well, the first warn forecast coming up.
And Chris and Leah, sing it with me. Everybody is working for the weekend. That's right. It's almost our favorite part of the week, and we've got a rundown of what's happening in the 608.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota, let's go places.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Lowe's knows that fall's shorter days call for bigger deals. Get the most out of your fall projects by getting the most out of our deals now. And with Lowe's Pay, it's never been easier to shop at Lowe's. Labor Day savings are here, in-store and online.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota, let's go places.
The First Warning Weather Team, we're tracking temperatures cooling as we head into the weekend. But what are those chances that the extreme heat could move back into southern Wisconsin? That's coming up in the 6 o'clock show in the Beyond the Barometer series.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive, Fridays on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
All right, good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out in the backyard. I tell you what, when you step out the door, you're going to just feel that wall of moisture with all that humidity, much like what we had yesterday. You can really see it on our sky cam, that thick moisture just kind of hovering near the ground. And it's going to be another steamy day as we get up close to that record. The record high is 98. With that sunshine, it's going to feel like triple digits today. So we do have a first warn alert day. This is for all of southern Wisconsin. High temperatures 95 to 100. The heat index 105 to 110. So once again, take a lot of caution today. The excessive heat will be coming in after the noon hour. The heat index likely above 100 all afternoon, peaking out near 105 to 110. Tomorrow it does come down. It's still going to be noticeable, but definitely not the dangerous heat that we're expecting today. We do have the excessive heat warning in effect until 7 o'clock. Dew point temperatures 70s, even low 80s down in Janesville. Noticing north as you get into Dodge County, you go from Watertown, dew point is 73, 66 in Juneau. There's a front that's lined up just to the north of our area, basically along I-94, areas to the north. It's not quite as humid, but our heat index likely to be between 105 and 110 here in southern Wisconsin. Later this afternoon into the evening, you're going to start to see the humidity drop a little bit. Definitely noticeable going into the evening hours. So if you have any outdoor activities, maybe a league ball game or taking the kids outdoors later this evening, it should be a little bit better, just not as oppressive as what we're seeing now. We still have that heat dome right overhead, but the jet stream is going to flatten as we go into tomorrow and also Saturday. That will allow for some cooler weather to settle on in coming in out of Canada as that heat gets suppressed down to the southern tier of the United States. Here's that front I'm talking about, just to the north of the area, basically lined up right along I-94. Areas to the north quite a bit cooler. Temperatures at 66 in Wautoma and also Juneau. 82 though in Madison. If we don't drop over the next 15 minutes, I think we're going to set an all-time record low, at least for the date. Our record is 77 for this state. We haven't been below 80 all morning long. So it's a steam bath out here this morning with sunshine expected throughout the day. Temperatures climbing through the 90s. Hazy sunshine, upper 90s expected today. We will get a little bit of relief. You see some storms developing there in Walworth County. That's out ahead of that front that will slide on through. It may actually trigger a few showers or storms going into our Friday and definitely cooling down as we back off the heat. But we do have the first warn alert day. This is the last of the 3 consecutive ones that we had this week with this heat. 85 tomorrow, still humid, but does cool down for the weekend. 76 Saturday and Sunday, looking very comfortable. Another chance for some showers and storms, it looks like, early next week.
Okay, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate it. It is time to work for the weekend, boys and girls, in the 608 this morning.
Josh Sprider's here to let us know what's going on. Josh, the weather is going to be very comfortable this weekend. We got a cool down on the way, so what's happening across southern Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those 70s for sure. And as summer begins to wind down over the next week or so, it is time for one of the biggest events of the season. Take a look. We're talking about the Orton Park Festival. It's one of the country's longest running outdoor music festivals, and we're lucky enough to have it right here in the 608. This year, Orton returns for its 58th year with all the astonishing music, exquisite food, and craft vendors, treasured partners, and quirky traditions, of course. The Orton Park Festival runs Friday through Sunday at the corner of Spate and Ingersoll Streets. The Cottage Grove Classics Car Show is back this weekend. It's happening Saturday afternoon along Main Street from 11 to 4. It's, of course, in Cottage Grove. You can expect even more cars in a larger space this year, and all of the proceeds will benefit the UW Carbone Cancer Center. So another great event for a good cause. Speaking of good, the Good Neighbor Festival is also happening in Middleton this weekend. Festivities will happen all across the city, with the heart of the events happening at Fireman's Park. This is their 60th year for the Good Neighbor Festival, so it's going to be a big one. And of course, it all ends with the parade on Sunday. We'll be live in Middleton to kick off the festivities tomorrow on News 3 Now this morning. Remember, you can always go to channel3000.com/in608 to see our future features. There's also the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. I'm just so excited for the weekend here, guys. 2 more weekends of summer. Can you believe it?
Josh's mind is definitely on the weekend, that's for sure. The weather, though. It's perfect. You going to go to any of these events?
So I might have to this weekend, honestly, with the weather like that. I don't like when it's too hot to be able to be outside, especially if you're not on the lake, but I think 70s is just that perfect temperature out there. So I think a lot of folks are going to be taking advantage. And I know quite a few kids go back to school next week. So for a lot of families, this might be their last weekend of summer.
2 weekends left.
Wild.
Josh Sprider, thanks for letting us know what's going on.
You bet.
Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his social media handle and his email to reach out. It's 6:49. Coming up in the morning sprint, major developments out of the Georgia election case. Who just surrendered and who's up next today?
And we want to say happy birthday to Hunter and all the kids turning 3. Thanks for celebrating with us. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I feel free to bare my skin thanks to Skyrizi. Celebrating my clearer skin my way. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. In another study, most people had 90% clearer skin even at 5 years. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Thanks to clearer skin with Skyrizi, this is my moment. There's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy 1 window and you'll get 1 free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy 1, get 1 free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We're doing everything we can to reduce our carbon footprint.
We are 100% employee owned.
We are Barnes.
Landscape design can be overwhelming. Our experienced residential landscape designers work together with you to make any vision come to life. Welcome to Barnesville. From planting to tree and shrub pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Discover the Barnes difference. Get started at barnesinc.net.
Dove invited women who wanted their damaged hair trimmed.
Yes, I need a trim. I just want to be able to cut the damage.
We tried Dove instead. So, still need that trim?
Oh my gosh! I'm actually shocked. I don't need a haircut.
Don't trim daily damage. Stop it with Dove.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home. Intuitive sit to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
Your digital source for local news and info for 25 years. Channel 3000.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with Kelly Slifka looking ahead to another alert day in the forecast. Kelly, what can you tell us?
Yeah, one last first warning alert day because of the high heat and humidity. We have not been below 80 yet in the Madison area. There is a front just to our north. You can see some cooler air up there in Marshfield, Green Bay, and Rhinelander. That won't get here until as we get into the evening. It looks like that front's going to stay just to our north. That's why we do have the first warning alert day today. Due to that high heat, Temperatures 95 to 100. Heat index 105 to maybe 110. All of southern Wisconsin. We'll talk more about this heat and when we can expect some relief coming up.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Rudy Giuliani has to pay a $150,000 bond and can't intimidate any co-defendants or witnesses in the case. Those are the stipulations he's facing after surrendering at an Atlanta jail over charges trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Trump is expected to surrender in Fulton County sometime today.
The first Republican presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle is in the books. 8 candidates took to the stage to distinguish themselves from others, as well as the absent Donald Trump. Trump posted a 45-minute interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson instead. The next debate is in California on the 27th of next month.
New information on a deadly crash near Reedsburg that killed a young girl waiting for a school bus. The 18-year-old behind the wheel, Kevin Green, is now charged with homicide after hitting and killing that 13-year-old. A criminal complaint says Green denied being on his cell phone at the time, but a review of his phone found he had both sent and received a text message within a minute of the crash.
A motion filed with the Supreme Court seeks Justice Janet Protasewicz's recusal from cases about redistricting maps. According to GOP lawmakers filing the motion, the U.S. Constitution and law requires recusal based on Democratic Party contributions to her campaign. Now it's up to the Supreme Court to weigh in on the motion.
In the Midwest, temperatures range from tens of degrees below zero to over 100 degrees. Well, climate scientists say those hot days, they're going to get more humid. The reason, with global temperatures rising, more water is being pulled from the oceans and into the air. Scientists say the only region with a similar climate to us is northern China.
University of Wisconsin system leaders plan to ask Republican lawmakers this fall to release about half of the $32 million they were denied in the hopes of defunding campus diversity initiatives. The UW System's Vice President of Finance and Administration says they'll ask the legislature's Joint Finance Committee to release $15 million to go towards engineering, science, and nursing programs.
Police in Pittsburgh say the shooter in an hours-long standoff leading to thousands of rounds of gunfire is dead this morning. It started when deputies tried to serve an eviction notice. The man started firing at officers who were trying to talk to him. The neighborhood had to be evacuated. After hours of exchanging gunfire, police confirmed the suspect was killed. Nobody else was seriously hurt.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Get ready for more heat, more humidity. You're going to feel it once again right when you step out the door. We have not been below 80 yet in Madison. Now that the sun is up, we'll continue to climb into the lower 90s by the early afternoon hours. Should be topping out mid to upper 90s before we start to see some cooler air, relatively cooler air coming in this evening behind a cold front. But as you plan your day, plan on that heat. Temperatures in the upper 90s with that heat index. 100 to 105 this afternoon. Hazy sunshine today. That first warn alert day. That's the last of the series of 3. Our first warn forecast does bring in some relief tomorrow with a chance of some showers and storms. Does not look like a whole lot of rain. Mid 80s, but we do cool down for the weekend. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Another chance for rain, it looks like, early next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much.
We'll have another news and weather update in 30 minutes.